is the start to my mat reformer flow series. So in this series, we're going to use multiple different pieces of props. Like today, we're going to use the foam roller and the band. And we're also going to use like our own furniture as well. So at some point, I'm going to hook my band up around the leg of my couch. So put yourself somewhere in your house where you can hook yourself up to, say, like the leg of your couch or your dining room table or your bed frame, something along those lines. We don't want to use like a chair because you might pull the chair out of the way. So definitely something that's a little bit heavier that will not move, that will stay completely steady. So first we're going to start off with like a little hip opener series with the foam roller. So let's lay on down. You have two different places where the foam roller can go. So we've got like the love handle spot, like that low waistline, or at your middle butt, where like your medial glutes, piriformis tend to be tighter. So we'll hold the sides of the foam roller, finding that spot, either one of those two places, and you can adjust. You can move up or down. We're going to keep our legs at tabletop and just let the legs sway over to one side. Make sure your feet go with your knees. We don't want the feet to like stay in the middle and the knees to turn because that goes into your lower back. Then exhale as you come through center and let everything fall to the other side. I had a nice little chiropractic adjustment in there as I did that. So let's just go back and forth a few times from right side, using your breath, using your core as you go to the other side. And just alternating that back and forth. Again, if you need to, you can always adjust the foam roller into that low waistline or down closer into the butt. We're going to stay to one side, and then I'm going to pull my knees closer in towards me and then just a little bit past my hip level. I don't want to go too far. So focusing on both knees coming in and away from me. And you can feel this just kind of mashes out that like tight area of your hip. It's kind of one of those ooh-ah moments where it kind of feels good, but it kind of hurts a little bit. And then hold it right at hip level, and then just move your thighs back and forth like you're marching. Also kind of think of these like little grasshopper legs. Kind of, they shimmy back and forth. And then let's do that on the other side, taking it over to the right. And the same thing here. Pull those knees in closer towards you, just a little bit beyond hip level, keeping your legs together as they move in and out. And then start to march. Try not to hold any tension in the hips, just letting things go. It's where you'll be able to release more. When we hold tension, we're just not able to let go. The muscle's not able to release. And then let's bring that back to center. Keep your knees close together. As we take it over to the right, we're going to make a circle. So we're going to go down towards the feet, over to the left. Fold those knees in towards you. Keep circling to the right. Down, in and around. Kind of massages the sacrum. One more time. And then let's reverse that direction, taking it to the left. And then drawing those legs straight up to the sky. I'm in my Pilates V feet. I want my tail heavy, pointing it down over the roller, not tucking my back or imprinting into the roller, because then you're just going to push that roller out from underneath you. So I'm really trying to focus on that long spine from my hips to my shoulders. I'm going to move from my leg hip crease and start to lower those legs down to my point of control. Feel that stretch and lengthening out of my belly. And then I'm going to connect with my lower abs to fold those legs back up to the sky. Inhaling as those legs reach away. Exhaling as the legs fold back up. One more time, lowering those legs. Exhale, lift the legs to the sky. Go parallel with your feet. From your hips and thighs, start to flutter kick, swim those legs. I like to point through my toes so the lower half of my legs stays strong and steady. Now I'm going to lower those legs down to my point of control, still swimming those legs, and then lift those legs back up to the sky. Continuing to swim as those legs lower, and exhaling as those legs lift. Reaching out and away from you. Fold back up to the sky. 2 more times. Down. Lower belly kicks in to lift me. 1 last time. Reaching away. Exhale. Fold it back up. Flex through the feet. 1 leg lowers straight down. And now scissor switch. Exhale, reach. Stretch apart. And reach. Relaxing those shoulders back and down into your pockets. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug those knees in. Let your lower back kind of round into the roller. Already my roller's rolling out from underneath me because I'm so folded in. And I want to really breathe into my low ribs. Breathe into my lower back. And then I'm going to let go of that roller. And it should slowly push out from underneath me. And release. Good. All right. We're going to use our roller for what would be our footwork series on the reformer. So find a nice open space on your wall. So I like to place my roller up against the wall, and I start with it at more my lower back. I want to walk my feet forward, so it's like my feet are at an angle from the rest of my body, so that when I lower down, my legs are at a perfect 90-degree bend at my knee and at my hip. I could go a little bit lower if I want to, and then I press back up to standing. So parallel those legs, and we're gonna sink down and rise back up. I'm thinking of my tail pointing straight down towards the floor as I lower and lift. One more. Now I'm going to sink low and hold and pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand tall. Wrap your feet into Pilates V. I think about a fist distance between my big toes. So again, my tail's pointing straight down. I don't want my tail tucking forward because now I don't have room for my legs to remove. So that's why I think of hinging back at the hip crease, and I'm sinking down, letting those knees go. They're about shoulder distance wide. And then wrap and stand back up tall. Sinking down and standing tall. Kind of also nice little back massage. Eight, 2 more. 9, last one. 10, sink low and hold. Pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand tall. Let's separate those feet, taking them out wide to the side. Knees and toes are turned out to the corners of the room. Again, spine's nice and long, and we're sinking down and standing tall. Sinking down and standing tall. Nine, last one, hold it low, pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, stand tall. I'm gonna narrow my feet back in, and I'm gonna lift up into a high heel shoe. Keeping my heels lifted. My left leg wants to cramp. High heels as I stand up, drop the heels flat, sink down low. Lift the heels, press up, drop your heels, sink down low. High heel shoes, stand up tall. Flatten your shoes, sit down. For 4, up, lower, lift. 3, up, lower, lift. It's hard with carpet. I'm like slipping my feet all around. I kind of wish I had my mat, but then the mat would be slippery too. Last 2. Last one. Up, lower. Good. So that is it with the foam roller. So I'm just gonna place it off to the side. I'm gonna come down into a downward facing dog. So stretching my chest back towards my thighs, and then just pedal out the feet, bending one leg and the other. On the reformer, we call this running. It's just stretching through the back of the calves, down the Achilles, maybe even feeling this in the hamstrings and the lower back. Good. And then carefully coming on down. So this is where we will grab our band and tie it around, again, either the foot of your couch, the foot of your bed, or the foot of your dining room table. Something that's a little bit more grounded. Get a little drink of water after that footwork series. All right, next in our reformer series are supine arms. So my band is attached, and I'm going to lay my head at the attachment end. Because this is kind of low, I'm going to angle my arms more of a V instead of straight down, just so that I don't hit my head with the band. So arms up to the sky. I'm going to take a grip through the band, keeping my arms straight, and my legs are at tabletop. Take a deep breath in. From the upper arm bones, the back of the arms, exhale to press and reach down. Inhale as you reach those arms back up to the sky. Exhaling as you lower, pressing through the back of the arms and shoulders. Inhaling as you float back up. Opening up through the chest, the collarbone. Reaching long past the hips as though your arms were pulling long by your sides. Let's add on our head to curl. So as we press into the straps, head and chest curl forward as we reach long. Control as you lower. Exhale, those upper abs lift, and we curl through the upper abdominals and lower with control. Lifting us for 3. Melting back into the mat. Curling forward. Reach to lift for 2. Lowering with control. This last one we're going to stay lifted and hold. Keep your focus between the thighs or on the belly. Just the arms. Lift, exhale, press and reach. Try really hard to focus on keeping your wrists nice and long so that you feel this more through the back of the arms, back of the ribs and shoulders. Last one, press. Hold your arms here, curl a little deeper, both legs extend and bend. Inhale, reach, exhale, flex. For 3, feel the belly extend as those legs do. For 2, one last time, reach, bend it in, lower the head, let those arms open out to the sides. Take a deep breath in, just those arms, sweep into the body, open out to the sides. Exhale as we close, inhale as we open. Let's add the head to curl up, flex, curl forward, control as you lower. Exhale, lift and reach. Control as you lower. For 3, feel like your sides are wrapping into your center as you curl forward. For 2, on this last one, we're going to stay lifted and hold just those arms. Open, exhale, close. 2. For 3, exhale it in. 2 more. Last one, hold it here. As those arms go out, extend your legs out. Make a T. Pull everything back in together. Extend apart. Exhale, flex back in. For 3, exhaling to flex. For 2, exhale to flex. One last time, pull it back in. Deep breath in. Exhale, release it down. Hug your knees in. Rock your hips from right to left side a few times. Good. And then plant your feet on the floor, hip distance apart. Pressing down through the back of the arms and shoulders. I'm not thinking about my feet. I'm focusing on my pelvis. I want to tip pubic bone towards belly button and curl my hips up into bridge, opening up the front side body. Keep my knees pointing in. Don't let them go out. Start to roll down through the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. The tailbone lengthens out at the bottom. Deep breath in. Exhale, pubic bone towards belly button. Lift the hips up. Inhale, reaching up at the top. Melt down, bone by bone, back into the mat. Inhaling at the bottom. Press into the back of the arms and shoulders. Lift those hips up. Breathe in at the top. Lower, upper back, middle back, lower back, tailbone. We're going to do 2 more. Press through the back of the arms and shoulders to lift us up. And lower with control. On this last one, we're going to stay lifted up at the top. Hold it here. Root down into one thigh to lift the other to tabletop. Lower that down without shifting your hips. Flex the other leg up. Marching from here, keep those hips lifted. As your thigh folds towards you, you're pressing through the shoulders, the back of those arms. So it's not just about those hamstrings and glutes, but you're connecting with that whole back chain of your body. Last 3. Last 2. We're going to hold our right leg at tabletop. Stay here. Keep your hips level as you extend the legs straight up to the sky. With a flat back, let the hips lower down. And with a flat back, press right back up. Down. Exhale, press. 3. Press. Exhale to lift you. Last 2. Last one. Hold it up at the top. Straight leg lower, straight leg lifts. Down, up, 2, up, 3, lift. 2 more, 4, lift. Last one, 5. Reach to the sky. Lower everything down. Plant your right foot down, grab the back of that left leg with your hands, flex and point your foot a few times, just stretching that hamstring out. And then we're gonna hold this left leg straight up to the sky. Right foot's planted with a flat back. Lift the hips, lower the hips. Lift and lower. Exhale, press. 3. Root down to lift. 4. Press to lift. 5. Exhale, halfway there. Last 3. Last 2. Hold it up on 1. Straight leg lower, straight leg lifts. Down, exhale up. For 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, lower the leg all the way down. Grab the back of that right leg, extend it to the sky, flex and point your feet a few times. Lower the leg down, transitioning into the next move with 3 full roll-ups. Legs are long, arms to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, nodding chin to chest. Peel and curl your way to seated. Stretch and reach over your thighs at the top. Pause here, breathing in. Exhale, roll it down from the lower back, middle back, upper back. Head, inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, those upper abs flex you forward. Peel, curl, and fold. All the way over those thighs at the top. Pause here, breathe in again. Roll it up to seated. And melt your spine down. Lower back, middle back, upper back, head. One last time, we're gonna stay seated. Exhale, peel and curl. Roll up to seated. Stretch and reach forward over your thighs at the top. And then coming up, sitting nice and tall. We're gonna use this band again. We're gonna come to kneeling, facing where your band is attached. So, my head's getting cut off. Up. There we go. All right. So, the closer to where your band is attached, the more resistance you're gonna have. Further down to the ends, same thing. Closer you are, less, further back, heavier, right? So you have that opportunity to change how your resistance feels. Tall spine, let go of your butt. Take a deep breath in, palms face your body as your arms reach down and pull straight back. Control as you release forward. Root down, pull straight back. Control as you release forward. Reaching down, growing tall through the crown of your head. Feel like you're opening up through the front of the chest, your shoulders. Wrists are pointing straight down. So his knuckles are pointing straight down. No break in your wrists. So you feel more going up the back of the arm, upper back. Last 3, squeeze. Reach down and pull for 2. Last one, hold it back here. Pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release those arms forward. Single arm alternating. One arm's gonna pull straight back, stay tall. Release, alternate, other arm pulls straight back, stay tall. So the hardest part with this is just not allowing any twist, any rotation to happen in the lower half of the body. Staying nice and tall as though you're viced between 2 panes of glass. 2. Last set each side, right, then left. We're gonna add on. As we pull with the right, hold, and continue to rotate past that right hip towards the right side of the room. Control as you release. Left arm pulls, grow tall as we look past the left shoulder, twisting the upper thoracic spine. So the hardest part with this is not rotating from the lower half. My hips stay pointing forward. Just moving from the upper body upper back, upper arm bone, feeling this slightly underneath your shoulder blade as you rotate. Feel that barber pole spiraling you up through the crown of your head as you pull and twist. Reach down, pull and twist. Feel that rib crossing over towards the opposite hip. So you're also connecting and bringing out those obliques. Last time on the left side. Come back to center. I'm going to leave my arms forward. I'm going to hinge from my hips, sit back and down towards my heels. As I rise back up, I'm pulling those arms into my sides. Sit back with those arms reaching forward. Exhale, lifting you up tall through the spine. So depending on your knee flexibility, you go back as far as you can, right? Everybody's knees are different. Some of you may have your feet parallel. Some of you may have your feet together, knees apart. Kind of play with what works best for your hips, your knees. Last 3. Last 2. One last time. Stay lifted tall. Keep your arms back by your sides with a flat back. Lean back, lift back up, release those arms. Pull the arms back into the sides. Lean, straight back, lift back up, release. 3 more. Pull, grow through the crown of the head. Use those quads to lift you. This always makes me quiver from head to tail. Lean, lift, release. Last one. Pull, we lean, we lift, and we release. Let's drop those straps. Let's grab our foam roller again. So this time, we're going to place our shins on top of the foam roller. So coming down to hands and knees, and we're gonna start, I know this doesn't feel the best. We're gonna start with the foam roller at like the base of your knees. So I'm stacking my shoulders and wrists. I'm stacking my hips and knees. I'm gonna think of the lower half of my legs. In the reformer, this is called kneeling abdominals facing the back. So you wanna stay long and lifted through the spine as we use our core and flex those knees underneath us and drag back to the top of the knees. Exhale, flexing those knees forward and drawing back. Flex and pull. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it back there. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to extend my right leg. I have to check in that I haven't completely dumped all my weight into the left side. Stay nice and tall and lifted as that left leg flexes in and back. Ouch. Two more. Last one. Lower the right leg. Extend the left. Stay tall, stay lifted. Flex and release. Flex and release. 3. 4. 1 more. Pull, release, and release. Completely. Let's face that foam roller back off to the side. So this one, we're going to sit facing away from where our band is attached, okay? And again, closer up the band, heavier further towards the ends, the lighter it's gonna be. I wanna sit back over my sit bones. So I don't wanna like lean forward into my pubic bone, because now you're just in your hip flexors and you're kind of missing out on that lower belly connection. So sit back over your tail, vision your spine just nice and tall as though you're up against a wall. So we don't want our back like moving forward and back with any of this arm series. We want to think of staying nice and still. So those arms reach out, palms are facing in toward each other. Stay back over your butt bones as you hug a tree. In and stretch out to the sides. Exhaling to close, inhaling to open. Exhaling in. Feel like your sides are wrapping into your center, staying still in your trunk, your core. One more. Good. So now I'm going to take my band and draw it so it's over my shoulders. I'm going to make a diamond with my hands sitting up nice and tall. You're going to bend your elbows in. It's kind of hard because the band kind of hits your face. And extend those arms reaching up. Bend in towards your head, salute and reach. Bend, salute and reach. So you kind of have to adjust your reach so that you don't cut off all your hair. But basically keeping your elbows still, don't let them go out too wide. So we're focusing on the back of those arms and shoulders. Two more. Last one. Stretch and reach long. So your arms are separated. We're gonna lean forward with a flat back. So this time the band goes behind the head and we call this one shave. So we're extending long into a V, bend back into the head. Extend long into a V, bend back to the head. Exhale, press and bend. Exhale, press and bend. Feel your ribs zipping down towards your hips. For 3, 2, hold it long on 1. Sit nice and tall in your spine. Circle those arms out to the sides and bring your palms to face down into the sides. I'm extending my legs now. So my palms are facing down, close towards my hips, flex through the feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as we dive forward. Stretch and reach through the arms, fold over your thighs. Start to lift your gaze up so your back goes into a flat back. Start to lift the arms, lift the spine, reaching all the way up, and then circle those arms around. Exhale, dive and reach forward. Lift the spine, lift the arms, lift all the way up, circle out and around. Exhale, dive forward. Lengthen up through the crown of the head, rise all the way up, out and around. 2 more. Stretch and reach. Rise all the way up, open. 1 more time. Stretch and dive forward. Lift the spine, grow tall, circle out and around. Good. We're gonna grab the foam roller 1 more time and we're gonna do mermaid with the foam roller. I'm going to angle myself slightly away from my couch because I want to be able to kick my leg out and not feel like I'm going. So my right leg's in front, my left leg is behind me, and my foam roller is to the right side of my hip. So we're going into mermaid. I'm wanting to really focus on keeping this left hip grounded. I'm gonna flex through my ribs as I reach up and over to the right, stretching up and over. Control with my waistline to lift me up. I'm gonna grab my shin and then counter stretch towards the other side. Lifting tall through center, stretch and reach up and over, rise all the way up, grab the shin, stretch it up and over to the other side. We're gonna do 3 more of these. Take it over to the right, Find the waistline to lift you and breathe. 2 more. Stretch and reach. Exhale, growing up and over. 1 last time, each side. Taking it over to the left. And then I'm going to turn my ribs and shoulders towards the foot bar. This left hip does pull away so that I can try to square myself off. From my waistline, I'm going to lengthen all the way over, stretching my arms out long. And then I'm going to go into swan. So I'm rooting down and I'm rising up. And then fold and stretch all the way back out long. Root down, rise up. And stretch and reach it all the way out. For 3, stretch and lengthen. Root down, rise up. For 2, fold and reach over your body. 1 last time, lift the heart up. Fold and stretch all the way out long. Drop your shoulders, hold your spine strong. Lift the spine, extend the leg, bend the leg, lower the hip, lift, straighten, bend, lower. 3, reach, release. For 2, straighten, bend. 1 last time, extend, bend, lower the leg, lift the spine all the way up. Turn your ribs and shoulders towards your left shin. Pull your body down towards the left, rounding over your thigh. Relax your shoulders, the neck, the head. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale. And unravel back to center. Let's switch sides. So I'm just going to move my foam roller over to my left, and I'm going to switch my legs. So the left leg's in front and the right leg's behind me. Take a deep breath in. We're going to tip over to the left side, flex, stretch and reach up and over. Rise all the way up. Grab that shin, counter stretch towards the right. We're going to do 4 more. Breathing through both sides of the body. I think lateral flexion feels so good. It's one of my favorites. Just don't get into the sides very easily, and we need it. 1 more time, each direction. Stretch and reach over. Rise up, take it back over to the right. And then we turn our arms towards the foam roller. Squaring your shoulders, ribs, and hips. From your waistline, fold over your thighs. Stretch and reach it out long. Lift through the crown of the head as you root down and pull in. And then fold and stretch yourself over. Rise up, lifting the heart. And lengthen out and lowering down. Rising up, we've got 2 more. Fold and stretch. Root down to lift up. Last one, we're gonna stay here in our fold. Try not to dump into the shoulders as we lift the hip. Extend the leg, bend and release. Lift, extend, bend and lower. For 3, feeling that length from your head to your tail. For 2, last one, reach, bend, lower, lift the heart all the way up, unravel back to the right, grab your shin, flex and round down towards your right side, relax the shoulders, breathe here into the rib cage, breathe deeply down that left side body, trying to release the left lower back. 1 more deep breath. Good. And then if you know my classes well, you know that I always end with feet in straps when I'm on the reformer. So we're gonna put our hips on top of the roller just like we started. Make sure you've got plenty of space for those leg circles, that you're not going to run into anything. Hold the sides of the roller, legs up to the sky. I personally like a turned out thigh. And from my hips, I'm gonna lower those legs down to my point of control. No tension in those hips as those legs fold back up to the sky. Inhaling as those legs lower down and away from me. Exhaling as my legs lift to the sky. One thing that I notice, we have a tendency of wanting to watch what we're doing, which tucks our chin into the chest, which causes a lot of flexion in the upper back. So really try hard to focus. Either just close your eyes, keep your chin pointing up to the sky, and you'll feel a much bigger connection in those lower abs, more in the upper abs. Hold your point of control. Keep those heels glued together as you bend in for frog. Press and wrap those legs out long, flexing at the hips, the knees. Extend and reach. For 3, keeping your spine neutral, no movement of your back or your hips, just the legs. Last 3, reaching long. For 2, press it out. Last one, let's hold those legs all the way out long. Open those legs out wide to the side, all the way up and together, circling down. Circle all the way around. So same thing here, we're trying to keep that neutral spine and just moving from your leg, hip socket, not your waistline. 2 more. Last one. Pause at the top. Let's reverse that direction. Take it out to the sides. Draw down and together. Fold to the sky. Out, down, around, and up. Two more. Last one. Hugging those knees in. I'm going to grab my right shin, stretch and reach that left leg long and away from me, dropping my left leg down towards the floor. Feel my spine lengthening out over the roller, stretching through my hips. Maybe feeling this right leg move just outside of the rib cage. Breathing into the hips and thighs. Maybe start to sway this left leg out to the side, back to center a few times. And then let's switch sides. Pull that left knee in. Stretch and reach your right leg long and away from you. Again, lengthening your spine out over the roller. Breathing here. And again, maybe moving that left leg just outside of the rib cage and maybe waving your right leg off to the side, back to center. Feeling how that stretches through the groin, the inner thighs and hips. And then pulling both those knees in, rounding into that lower back. And like we did in the beginning, just allow the roller to massage the lower spine as it rolls out from underneath you. And then carefully rocking up to seated. And we are all through. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll have a lot more of these mat reformer flow classes coming up.